very pleased to have on this very stage the guy who was actually picked to run things. He is actually his title is Parliamentary State Secretary, leading in the charge on modernization in Berlin, in Germany, and beyond. Please give a big hand to Thomas Jarzombek. The place is all yours.
Well, thank you, for this opening. And I'm aware that this is the best speaker slot of the whole day, speaking directly after Jeffrey Hinton. Nevertheless, I'm very pleased to talk a little bit in the next minutes about what we are doing with our new ministry, because it's obvious that Germany in digitalization is not a global frontrunner. And realizing this, our Chancellor Friedrich Merz, he decided that we start as a startup business this new ministry for digitalization and state modernization. And so I'm very proud being part of this. And I think for us it's very important also to have some fresh blood in doing this. And this is our new secretary, Carsten Wildberger. He's an experienced manager in the economy. He was COO at E.ON, he was CEO at MediaMarkt Saturn, and I think he's not afraid of going with big challenges, and for us it's a big challenge. And so we have several missions where we have to head to, and the first mission is to make the government more digital. And today here at GITEX, it's a great opportunity to see what other countries do, especially what UAE is doing. And I've been seeing the Dubai Monitor and the apps where you can do everything with a single app and a single sign-on app over this. And so this is also for us something we are heading to. Our project is called the EU DI Wallet. It's a European standard. We want an interoperable system all over Europe so that if you have your ID card or your license, driver's license, that you can not only use it here in Berlin, you can also use it when you want to check in for a rental car in Spain or in Italy or in Portugal. So this is important that it's interoperable. And I think a big lack that we've seen over the last years is that the UX of the products that the government delivers is, people are laughing right now. I don't think there is a UX at all. And we have to change this. Ausweis App 2 for the Germans here. Yeah? I think we need really, I always say in the meetings, look at the iPhone. Why was the iPhone successful? Because it looks good, it's easy to use, and it has an open ecosystem. And these are the three things we have to achieve. It has to look good, it has to be easy. And this is the way to go. With the EU DI wallet, it shall start in the beginning of 27, so this is European law. And we are heading forwards. We made a competition with different startups and prototypes, and it's now in the third phase. So the second thing is we want to achieve that not everybody invents everything for themselves again. We want reusability of software products. That's what we call the Deutschland stack, the Germany stack. However, maybe we need a more sexy name for this, but the basic idea is to have a repository of things that can be used and reused. And therefore, it's not a technical question, it's more a cultural question. What we realized right now is that there is a mistrust between the different entities of the government. In the federal government, but also if you look at the municipal level, I often heard, we started 2 weeks ago, yeah? So I don't have that deep experience, but what I hear in every meeting is that somebody says, so we don't trust if we go on the solution of the other ministry, that they perform good and that we have a priority when it comes to problems, or that we have a quick path for implementing new features. And therefore a governance for these products is really important beside of the technical thing, so that really users in the administration begin trusting to use solutions of others. And it's a question of decisions. What we see very often in the German government is that there are no decisions made about what not to do. It's easy to ask every of your users, what do you want? And then make a very, very long list of features that has to be integrated. And then complexity goes through the ceiling. And so it's really hard, and maybe that's the hardest part, to explain, let's take a solution from out of the shelf or do 80-20 and to reduce complexity. And that's not only a problem when it comes to digitalization. Look at all the things that the Bundeswehr is procuring. It's the same kind of problem. So we need more strong leadership, more decisions about things that we not want to do. So these are our main projects when it comes to the internal processes. And on the other side, we are facing digital infrastructure, which is in some parts quite good, in other parts not. For instance, when we look at mobile networks, for the new frequencies from 26 beginning, we have a new regime that's pretty strict, and that says that every provider has to provide service almost everywhere in Germany. And we could have done this years before, but it hasn't been done. And so I think this is a big leap forward to the existing regime for mobile networks. And I think in global comparisons, we are not top with our global networks, but they are not that bad. Different situation when we look at the fixed lines, and we see not so many households connected via fiber. And so we have to make a big jump there. And one of the problems is actually that the old lines are not that bad at all. Because what I often hear from users is that they say, so, okay, I want a fiber cable, but maybe in 5 or in 10 years. But because today I would have to pay 45 euros a month, and with my old cable, it's going for 20 euros. And so I wait till the last moment, and then somebody will bring it to me. But it doesn't work this way. Bringing out hardware infrastructures is a pretty hard job. It takes time, and therefore, we will look at all the programs that we have right now, the subsidy programs, and look how can we get faster. And the thing is the international politics that we are having. So, it works? Okay. Speaking directly after Jeffrey Hinton, I think we have huge challenges in AI, and I'm not pretty optimistic when it comes to a global AI regulation, to be honest, because somewhere on this planet, somebody will think they have an advantage of using AI unleashed. And if you look at the war situation in Russia and Ukraine, then you see that I don't believe that in Kremlin people start thinking about, is this good for mankind or humanity? Their only point of view is what will help us win this war. And so I'm afraid there are too many drivers for unleashed development of AI and AI for the bad. And to find a regulation on that, we need to go on the UN level. And I appreciate everything's been done there in the past, but I'm not so optimistic. Nevertheless, for us, it's important to protect some way our citizens. And the last thing I heard is we need solutions that make people smarter and stop the dumb AI. But I think it's like every kind of technology, you can use it for the good and for the bad. But from my point of view, over the last years in Europe, we had too much focus on regulation and not enough focus on enabling, being forefront of technology. And it's obvious that if you're not on the driver's seat for new technologies, you will not understand what happens, and you cannot lead the philosophy in the direction that you want. And therefore, I think we need more speed. We want to create more data centers in Germany. The Gigafactory is a very important thing. 100,000 GPUs. When I hear what's being planned in UAE, maybe we should also increase our ambition. But right now, this is our aim. We need easy access for startups and also for SMEs. And when it comes to AI, very important are talents. And when we look at talents, it's a global competition for talents. And we make it too complicated for talents to go to Germany. And the work and stay agency in the coalition treaty is an absolute central thing. And every time I speak with startup founders, it was also this morning, I hear horror stories about how complicated it is and how long it takes to bring top talents to Germany. And we need to be radically faster here. And I think this is understood from the new government, and we focus on that. We need, and when we talk about AI, data is the third thing. And we need to make data better accessible via open data. And also when it comes to privacy issues, even in AI Act, we need to be more open. And to offer more opportunities. So this is our take where we want to go. In this nearly 10 minutes, I could only face some of the hottest topics right now. I think there will be coming some more. Startups is at the heart of everything that we do. I already said this here in the opening ceremony. I don't want to repeat. Startups are key for innovation, and we're very proud about the startup ecosystem that we have. And the whole government has the job to deliver them also with procurement, more business opportunities. I think this is also an absolutely key feature. So, thanks for listening to me. Thanks for staying here. The ones that stayed here are the real front runners in digitalization for our country. And so we are starting with our startup, and we're looking forward for your support.
Thank you very much. Thomas Jarzombek, ladies and gentlemen, State Secretary for Modernization of the State and Digitalization. Thank you very much, and good luck, and keep doing the good job.